San Francisco Mayor London Breed is under fire after video has come to light that shows her maskless, dancing and singing during a live indoor performance by the 90s R&B group Tony Tony Tony. That is Breed there on the left, and her critics are seizing on this, saying that she violated her own health department's masking order, which came out in August and applies to the vaccinated, like the mayor, and the unvaccinated. Here's what the order says, quote, "People may remove their well-fitted mask while actively eating or drinking, while dining indoors, or while taking in live performances." Now, actively being the operative word there. Here's how Mayor Breed is responding to the criticism.
I was there, I was eating, and I was drinking, and I was sitting with my friends, and everyone who came in there was vaccinated. So the fact that we have turned this into a story about being maskless, no, I'm not going to sip and put my mask on, sip and put my mask on, sip and put my mask on, eat and put my mask on. While I'm eating and I'm drinking, I'm going to keep my mask off. So the fact that this is even a story is sad.
To be clear, that is not what's at issue here, whether she sips and puts a mask on, takes a bite and puts a mask back on, and so on. The issue is that she was indoors, not eating, not drinking, close to people without a mask on, yes, vaccinated, in this minute-long video. There is no active eating or drinking, and the order is clear about that, even for vaccinated people. Masks on. The mayor is supposed to lead by example, and she knows this because she caught major flack last year when she didn't. The San Francisco Chronicle reported that Breed attended a birthday party at the 3-star Michelin restaurant, the French Laundry, with 7 others back in November, just days before San Francisco rolled back the reopening of indoor dining. And despite state guidelines that strongly discourage social gatherings, capping them at 3 households, it is unclear how many households were present at that party dinner, the paper said. Now, if the French Laundry sounds familiar, that's because it's the same restaurant where California Governor Gavin Newsom attended a party last year the day before Breed. And that dinner may have cost him a pricey recall challenge that he successfully fended off last week. So Democrats who favor COVID restrictions, they know the political perils of violating their own guidance, whether in spirit or in letter. But in this latest case involving Mayor Breed, she says focusing on her behavior misses the real story.
The fact is, there was something that was really monumental that occurred, and that is Tony Tony Tony, the original members who have not performed in public for, I believe, at least over 20 years. They are just really some of the most incredible artists in the history of this country and the Bay Area in particular. And the fact that that is getting lost here is very unfortunate.
Now, yes, Tony 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 is great. The nostalgia factor here high for their music, for the 90s, the best decade, by the way, and for the bygone days of life being awesomely normal when we could dance and sing along to the 1993 hit If I Had No Loot without worrying about a virus. The reason, though, that Tony 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 is not the story is because the mayor of a major American city isn't complying with her own health department's health guidance. And if her actions were actually the standard, there are a lot of things that would be in compliance with masking rules for the vaccinated that we know are not. The guy on Amtrak who has a beer in front of him and talks maskless the entire almost 3-hour train trip from D.C. to New York because maybe he takes the occasional sip. The person on the plane from Los Angeles to Atlanta who never puts on a mask because they have a snack on their seat tray and they eat some of that snack mix every time the flight attendant walks by. The person shopping in a store who could avoid wearing a mask just by holding a soft drink. Mayor Breed made a personal choice that, quite frankly, a lot of people make, right? That she won't comply with the rules. But if she thinks that they're too restrictive for vaccinated people, she is the mayor. Instead of arguing that she's in compliance with the masking rules when she isn't, she could advocate for all vaccinated San Franciscans that restrictions should be loosened. Either change the rules or live them, instead of defying them just because, as Tony 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 says, it feels good.
I can't believe the actual response was, what you're losing here is this great news story about Tony. I thought that was a joke.
Yeah, no, it's kind of a weak pivot, but I think when it comes to Mayor Breed and other Democrats who are in favor of these COVID restrictions, it's the hypocrisy of it, right? It's that if you put in place these rules that they're in favor of, then you have other people who are actually having to behave in a way that they don't seem willing to. And it makes sense in a way why some people aren't willing to if, even the mayor isn't.
Yeah, rules for thee and not for me.